guitar, what is it? Morning ritual for guitar growth. It's not that I don't have it memorized. We've only done 103 episodes of this, but here we are. We find ourselves today one more time in the privileged situation of playing the guitar together. So that's something, is it not? It is. So I want to welcome you, Sky. Good morning. I hope everything is going well today. Good morning, Marlon. Marlon Grubbs, good morning, kind sir. Good morning. Wonderful, wonderful to have you here with us again. Yeah. Today I'm making a conscious effort with you. Here's the tuning fork, A440. Just a conscious effort with you to just have a really good, chill, easy rolling guitar session. So if you're just tuning in, let's go ahead and get tuned up. If you want to double tap the screen, if you're on a mobile viewport, that's awesome. You can smash that like button early. We can get started with that stuff. Taking care of the old business early on. Here's the A string. And good morning, Marlon. Good morning, Sky. Good morning, B-driven equipment. I love watching those videos of the mushrooms that are growing on your logs that are the trees that are fell on your property, B. Lex, good morning. I saw that you were here yesterday, and I don't think I said hello to you yesterday. I think I missed it. And what I don't want to do today is miss it again. So, hello, good morning. I have a piece of hair on my glass here. So I'm just tuning up. If you're just tuning in, we have a pretty good Friday, a happy Friday going today. And we'll go ahead and start by tuning the guitar, getting it as close to humanly possible as we can. And if you have a set of those Gibson tuners that automatically tune your guitar, then you don't have to follow this process. Like to take a minute to check my guitar, because the likelihood that it's going to, there it is, it's a dog hair. It's some dog fur on there this morning. The likelihood that my guitar stays in tune overnight is, it's pretty close, but it's never perfectly on. It never is. We're almost there. That E's not quite playing along yet this morning. All right, good morning, Lex. So thank you for being here again. And good morning, Mr. Haas. Memes, simple man. you'll be happy to know that I do have I thought you might be coming today, maybe, so I actually front-loaded Simple Man on my channel. So if you go through my channel, all my videos, I have a few hundred videos or whatever, and you type a search in for Simple Man, you will find, I think, something that you're looking for. But if you do not, I want you to come back here and hold me to the fire and say, hey, dude, I really want to learn this song, and I really want to do it now. Go ahead and just let me know, and we'll get it. I think it's there, but if it's not, I mean, Tuesday's Gone is there. I know that's done pretty well. But Simple Man is a really wonderful song. So maybe we'll spend a little bit of time warming up on that, because it does align with where I wanted to go with our specializations today. But I have to run on time, so we will be terminating directly at 8:30. So let's go ahead and get started. Fingers 2 and 4 on frets 10 and 12. Today we're using a pick, and before we get started, I wanted to set an intention for my practice, and now is a good time for you to just sort of get together with yourself and set an intention for yourself if that's the kind of thing that you do. If it's not, then don't worry about it. But usually it's something for yourself, and it's something life related maybe, or just the specific practice related. I want to get better at observing my breath. Please let me get better at observing my breath so that I might have a better and more steady and competent hand, and keep my mind open so that I can hear those tones that are coming to me through the universe. So, or something like that, or something for yourself. And then once that intention is set, we'll go ahead and get started. Yeah. So many wonderful sounds on the guitar to chase down. We'll do that today a little bit, because our specialization is going to be something notable. A little something for everyone. So we'll start with fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll start it with a little fret spread. And I'm so happy to be able to do this in the morning. It's hard to put into words how happy and joyful it makes me to be able to play the guitar every day. I have friends who can't play the guitar any longer, and it's just a good thing to do. 1 E and 2, frets 10 and 12, fingers 3 and 4. 4 attacks per beat, my friend. So you can do it. And pick up your guitar and join us. That's what this is all about. It's literally all about playing the guitar. And playing the guitar, practicing perfectly, so that we might one day play perfectly. One day we will be playing in that band of perfection. Here we go. Don't forget to breathe. Do any of you ever feel like you might be a bull in a china closet? Because I know sometimes I feel like, man, I am just beating on these strings and they don't deserve that. I can really enjoy the guitar lightly as it communicates back to me, and enjoy its full, robust, dynamic range. Here we go. Fingers 2 and 3, frets 10 and 12, and here we go. Yeah, Marlon Grubbs. Boy, that's a blast from the past. It's so great to see you here again, man. And Lex, yeah, and Be Driven. We have a very dedicated and very focused live chat, and there are so many things to talk about and so many world problems to solve that it's this is specific to guitar warm-ups, and I would definitely appreciate if we could try to keep it on track. I know that sometimes we get emotionally wrapped up in the moment, and it's like a whirlwind, and it just grabs us like we're a steer, and someone's, it just grabs us by the bullhorns and drives. And one of those things about as we are as musicians, we might be more sympathetic because of our position in the world, and how we place ourselves in this situation to be more sympathetic or empathetic, or what do you call it? The feeling, we feel, whatever that means. So fingers 1 and 2 on frets 10 and 12, 1 E and a 2, you know what to do. But this is specifically designed to become a major part, a major contributor to the success, the longitudinal successes in our lives for each and every one of us. And I know what it's done for me, and that's why I'm sharing it with you right here, right now. And I'm doing it every 5 days a week, every weekday morning. There must be a reason I'm doing this, because if there's not, I don't know why we're doing it. But the reason for me is the connection, right? The reason for me, at least today, is the connection. And this is the response from a bowl of yogurt, plain Icelandic skyr, and some good quality granola, and some good local honey on the top with some chopped up crystallized ginger sprinkled over the top. This is the result of that. Usually I fast previous to my morning rituals, but I had a nice light breakfast, and I'm really feeling it's not too much, just enough to get energy boosted, and I'm feeling like thankful for that too. So it's a little bit of a different approach for me. So here we go. I know it's funny stuff to talk about, but when you brush up against people who do it, 8 hours a day, 10, 12 hours a day, they all talk about weird things, some of them, I can't put them all into a barrel, but so let's go ahead and try fingers, I don't know, what are we doing? Let's get down the list before I miss some people. Mr. Shadow is back. Mr. Shadow, what's going on? Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Mr. Tortorello. Mike, way to be here. Yes. All right, where are we at? Let's do fingers, I don't know, 2 and 4. Let's try those on frets 9 and 12. 1 E and a 2. Fingers 2 and 4 on 9 and 12. 1 E and a 2 and the U and the 2. There it is. Got a little bit of a finger stretch burning here. It's like that old light bulb with the the big filament in it. In the old granite block building, that 500-year building that has just been sitting there around town for a long, long time. And when you hear that light bulb burning, that class is in session. That there's a reason that light bulb is burning. And you can almost hear the filament sizzling, you know what I mean? You get close enough to it, you can hear that like 60 cycle hum or whatever it is, whatever that frequency is. But it's a big wiggly squiggly filament, and you can see people in the room all practicing their crafts under the direction of a wonderful teacher, art teacher. All right, frets 9 and 12, here we go. Get lost a little bit. So 1 E and a 2, 1 and 3, and 9 and 12, go. B, thank you for inviting others. It's great to, it's certainly great to, it's wonderful to learn from different people. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, you find a good fit that works for like a decade. And then you find a fit that works for like a couple weeks. And then you're like, I gotta get out of here. But it really is all about fit and what the learner needs at that moment. So that makes a difference. You know, so I certainly appreciate the trust that you have in recommending what we're doing over here. That's appreciated. All right, so can you play As It Was by Harry Styles? Oh. Wow. Let's see what we can come up with. Fingers 1 and 4 on frets 7 and 12. 1C and a 2C and a putting on my shoesies. Here we go. All the way down to the 0 fret, my friend. You got this. It's got, just stay strong with the left hand and stay strong, and let's go ahead and just make this happen, right? Gotta get a little stretchy down here. So we should be on 5 and 0 on the 0 fret, and 1 and 6, and then 2 and 7, and then 3 and 8, and then 9 and 4, and then 5 and 10, and so on. Just to keep track, because that fourth finger likes to get a little snuggly here, you know. So if you're not, you've got a lot of strength in that left hand, in that fret hand. So we'll definitely want to take full advantage of developing all of that strength. Not at the expense of your health, however. So let's go ahead, and while we're talking about health, let's go ahead and just get that arm out here. We'll stretch it out. All right, good, solid. And Raul, I saw Raul's in the house, so hey, Raul's in the house. Good morning. Guten Tag, my friend. Heinz, let's see. I have a computer and a phone, and it sounds like you are answering yourself on the guitar. Cool. All right, so straight elbow, if you can see, it's supposed to be a straight angle. That's the idea. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and keep that, maintain that straight angle, breathe in like this. Here's what I do. I roll my shoulders back so that you can see my double chin here. All right, so if you can't see that, I'm doing it wrong. But no, for real, it's just one of those things where you just got a really nice, really gentle stretch that you can feel. We're keeping it in the green. We don't want to venture into the red because we'll start injuring tendons with micro tears or tissues or whatever. We don't really want to. What we're trying to do is get away from like abusing ourselves, you know, and putting the time into ourselves, investing. And investing, I don't look at, you know, busting a tendon as investment, you know. Then I'm investing in the medical situation where for repairs, and then it's, you know, months of healing, and maybe I never am right again, but I'm going to take where I am today and do my best to improve it and do my best to at least maintain it. My hope is to maintain, but my hope is to like do this. I love uphill. I don't know about you, but if I'm riding road bike and I see like hill road, like beach hill road in the sign, I'm turning down that road because I know I just want to get a mile-long climb in. And at the top, I'm going to stand up on my bars and I'm going to sprint it. It'll take me a couple weeks to get my bike legs on, but once I do, man, I'm just looking for the climb, right? And then once that climb happens, though, you got to remember that there's a plateau sometimes where we don't learn quite as fast as we might have hoped. And then we find another thread that we unravel and we just kind of pull it away. And And then we can continue learning again. But learning occurs in cycles, I think, right? So funny you mentioned that. Funny you should ask, because every time I come back to this cycle that's seemingly very similar than the day before, I almost always learn something new and almost always have a new takeaway. I'm not sure why that is, but that's the truth. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get 16 clicks on the down low. Jill Bourgeois is in the house, so let's take a second and congratulate our good friend here, Jill Bourgeois, because she won the 100+1 Great Guitar Lesson Zoom giveaway. So that will be occurring. You can email me at jasoncareyguitar@gmail.com, and we should get moving along on setting up your 3 goals, your 3 short-term goals and your 3 long-term goals. That way we can discuss, a time where we can set to be together on the internet, okay? So jasoncareyguitar@gmail, or you can do Jason or grow@jasoncareyguitar.com or jason@jasoncareyguitar.com. Any of those things work well as a catch-all, okay? Back at it. Let's do this. Here we go. All right, here we go. Stretch forward a little bit. Stretch the arms back. Oh, cactus. Gotta get that cactus in. I've been hunching a lot lately, so put those arms vertical. Maybe we're just kind of leaning back a little bit more. I can feel that. It's working great. So just be sure to take care of yourself along the way every 15 minutes. I'll try to do my best to model that. All right, 1 E and 2, fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Oh yeah, and I hope you're enjoying your brand new hands now. Yeah, wow. Oh yeah, this feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time. What a cool tune. What a cool guitar, what a cool thing to do, guitar. Imagine just being able to sit down and practice with your guitar 1 hour a day, every morning, just to kickstart the day. Imagine that. This really is a luxurious situation, friend. It really is. We found ourselves in the lap of luxury. Notice the open fret here. And I'm doing a little bit of a finger roll. It's not necessarily prefacing what's to come later on in this session, but we'll probably use a little bit of this finger roll technique later on, so we don't want to overlook the important stuff. Just a quick little run through the woods. We're doing the 4th finger stretch after this, and then we'll go ahead and do the kickstand. And if you've been with me for a little while, you know what I'm talking about. So we'll just get through these 2 more things, and I think we'll be operating ahead of schedule today. I see. Hey. Interesting fact, when a bull in a china shop, it actually slows down and carefully walks a child without touching any of the merchandise. Yeah, ENTJ or whatever. I don't know what your profile is, but I forget what mine is. Mine's whatever bull in a china closet is. So let's go ahead and do fingers 1, 2, 3, stretch 4. 1 E and a 2, 9, 10, 11, and 4, 13. Here we go. 1 C and a 2 C and putting on my shoes. There it is. Getting started. We probably should work on just getting these a little cranked up a little bit too, probably work on quintuplets a little bit along the way down. Let's try that. Hopefully you feel up to it. And Mythbusters did a bull in a China closet shop show. The bull didn't hit one piece. Are you serious? For real? Huh. What you seek is seeking you. Oh man. Oh, who's that? That sounds like some reading I need to do. The metronome is like the clicking on a roller coaster, and we are climbing to the top of the first big hill. I can't read it. Just getting ready to enjoy the ride. That's right. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Raul. Very well said, man. And thank you for the email clarification on that too. I don't know how that happened, Raul. As I think I emailed you back. It was late, I think, for me, but it was good to see that. Whew. It helps so much making progress every day. Thanks, Lex. This is great to hear. This is good news, right? Steve Balboni. I've only tuned it once or twice, so I've probably missed it. Does anybody know what model Martin that is, if that's what he's playing? Oh, yes, I can tell you, I can share with you what model Martin, which model this is precisely. I could probably tell you, what day of the week it was made on, but I'll spare you the guitar nerd stuff, the weenie stuff. So here's the tailpiece. We're taking just a little breather. Battery compartment is separate from the from this hook, from the strap button. Zero coat, back and side, sprucey top, kind of a, I don't know. Is it is it a really well done sunburst? I don't know, maybe. It's what we call, pretty good. It's pretty good. The neck is solid. It's super, super tight, and it's super great shape. It's nice, sort of round. The bottom's got it's really pleasure. It's a pleasure. The finish on it sort of matte, and the little capo. You got to see this thing. This little puppy is the thing. That's where the rubber meets the road, right there. Page, and all of my friends who win like flat picking guitar competitions, like nationwide, national versions, like they all use these suckers, and they just, I don't know, they work so well. Page capos are just great. Price is good. It's a Martin. It's got a little blemish on it, which is okay, completely okay with me, because I could care less what it looks like. And then it's the DX. The X2E, it's version 2 of that, so it has a nice pickup in the sound hole, pickup control switch in the sound hole, some knobs up here to fiddle around with if you get bored playing the acoustic and you want to plug it in, and you need to get your sound out there through a powered system. Works great. It's my beater guitar. It's my beater, my everyday banger, and I love it. I love it. I really do. I like it a lot. It's a nice compromise of it's a nice guitar to have every day. Some of my other guitars, I don't want to play it every day. All right, that was a bad attempt at being over the pond. Let's take a look at what's happening here. Fasting has really been great for me. I recommend trying it. Anthony, all right, let's go ahead and start with the kickstand. Did we do fingers 1, 2, 3, stretch 4? We did. Let's go ahead and do the kickstand now. What do you think about that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, but then on frets 9, 10, 11, and 12, we'll kick it back. Yeah, let's kick that first finger back. Why not? I mean, it's going to happen. We're going to need to stretch eventually. If we play guitar long enough, we'll need to stretch. So we may as well practice it up front so we don't look like a deer in the headlights when it comes time to do it. 1 E and a 2. You know what to. Yeah, you know, Scott, I completed that 40-day fast myself. I was going through that with you guys while I was doing this. It was my Lenten observation because of our faith. That's what we do. You know, that's what our family does, and what our friends do, what our some part of our community does. And so we all enjoyed that, and some of those things that I left on the fast remaining out of my diet and lifestyle forever. So it turns out it was a good observation period for me. And I hope it was a good observation period for your friend. D15, it's a D, no gain without pain, no deposit, no return. There's a world-class swimming coach one time who used to say that to his kids. And then, you know, one day the swimmer, Jimmy Swimmer, shows up and he's got a tattoo on his forearm, and coach says, "What are you doing to facing your body?" And the kid shows him his forearm and it says, "No deposit, no return" on his body. I thought, what a thing. Go. Let's play Find the G. There it is. There are the G notes, all reasonably within reach. All right. 1E and 2, you know what I'm doing here. I'm going to use these really nice arpeggios. These minor 7 arpeggios are just great because everything gets to remain and live in its own position, but we're playing sort of a diatonic pattern, but we're learning about chromatic planing of a pattern over the span of the neck. You know, Joe Pass, Jim Hall, all of the greats did it, are doing it, will do it tomorrow. Parallel planing. So all we need to do is learn one chord shape or one scale shape or one arpeggio shape, which happens to be this: 1, flat 3, chord tones 5, flat 7, and then 1. That's it. Totally it. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7, 1. Flat 3, 5, flat 7. And that's the very top of what we're doing. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. Again, over the octave, flat 3, 5, flat 7, and we shift up one position to the new flat 7, 5, flat 3, 1, flat 7, 5, flat 3, 1. And if you learn how to sing each one of these tones, it will be very beneficial to you. Your falsetto voice, and then we continue to go up and down the neck. You see what I mean? It's a great vocal exercise. It's just a wonderful thing. It might not be a real pleasant experience for those around us, but we get better and better at it, and we start to nail those tones and pitches, and without trying to just kind of look for the tones. So it's a good thing to do. So let's go ahead and practice those at 5s. 1, 2, dun 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 dun. 1, 2, dun ding 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 ding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and so on and so forth. It's also a good idea to practice those at 1 attack per beat. It's also worth going through permutations of that and addressing any, let's say we wanted to do something where we highlight a tone. Maybe we play every note 2 times or 6 times. Maybe we try a pattern where we play only the first note staccato in the grouping. See, it becomes a very thrilling experience really quickly. So let's go ahead and start with one more thing. I'm still university way, never really came too much extra. All right. Oh, honey's available on Bernie's site right now. Very cool. Michigan bees. Woo, whoop, whoop. That's a beautiful thing, man. That is a beautiful thing. All right, let me just scroll through a couple things here. We'll check out honey. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Shombia Williams, I just started guitar. Hey, more power to you. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm just going to scan through and see what's going on. Any other new people, just, give us a shout. Let us know, because we have a welcoming committee designed to help you feel good and comfortable about being here. I'm Jason, and I wanted to welcome you personally, and we do this every weekday morning. Today is our last day of the week. We do this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m., and it's for beginners, for intermediates, for advancing and advanced guitar players, I would imagine. And it's something that we all like to do because of whatever reason. And you're more than welcome. It's free to join the stream every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm here for the entire year of 2025, right? So, and part of our celebration, like part of what we were doing for the celebration of 100 episodes, is we gave away two really great guitar sessions. And our own moderator and Blue Ranch holder, Kevin Hawes, is the first one of the 100 episode winner, and the second one of the 100 days plus one was Jill Bourgeois. So thank you very much for participating. And we do all kinds of fun things like that. I'm sharing a link with you right now, which is also free. And that link is going to be something that you can download for free. I think it's free at this moment, and it will remain free because it's a 5x5 for guitar growth. And if you guys are all here looking at it, this is version 1 of it. These are my thoughts, and they've been laid out in like a 9 or 10 page PDF. So you can download it, look at it, make some suggestions, some recommendations. So version 1.2 is going to look a little different because of your influence, so, and your particular personal input. So these are all good things, and I like to share these things freely with you. And when you go there and you see the red colors and stuff on the website, don't get scared. I've had some feedback that we need to update some colors and stuff, so that's going to happen. But that is free for you to check out. So I know some people are already checking it out, and thank you for doing that. Mark, have a super weekend. Have a super weekend, Mark. And I love the burst. Oh, okay, cool, very cool. All right, where are we at in the live chat? I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with this, and I've got to keep this show on the road. All right, B. Beck, what's going on? B. Beck's in the house. That's for you, B. Thanks for being back. I hope everything's going well down under, mate. Down under. Down under. I'm not sure if I'm getting it, but everything's going well. Great to see you again. Jill, Marco here. What's going on, Jill? Congratulations on the conversions. It took my. I've got a long story I'll share with you offline, but it's a wonderful story, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about yours. And Terry Piercy, good morning. Good morning, boy. If you guys, if I'm missing some of these comments, I'm sure that I'm missing a lot, and there's no way I'm going to keep up with this at this point. So hopefully everything goes well, and everybody's got a, we'll go ahead and to me, God's teachings and what the humans have told us about those teachings. Yes, it's important to have, those important things in your life that are bigger than the self. I think. But anyway, let's go ahead. A bad sheep. I see bad sheep. I see scanning for some. As a Jesus believer myself, I think I want to hire a conscious. Right, yeah. Marco, let's see. Mark reminds me how I watched Three Stooges up till it was time to go to school. Very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what I was going to do. First I'll stretch, and I guess I could have been doing the stretches between sessions. I'm just scanning these. What's weird is when you're holding a space for viewership, I feel like I don't want to leave you idle by just kind of scrolling through and seeing what's going on in the live chat. But I feel like it's important to just keep, B. Beck, oh yeah, in for the save with the Australian $1.99. Very cool super chat, man. Very cool super chat. Way to lay it down, bro. Very cool. I always wanted to surf one of those great reefs. But all right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at what's going on here. Just straight arm, super easy, good quality breath, good quality breathing, and I love the trees on the super chat too. That's awesome, man. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Yep. Just working through some of these live chats while I'm just working on the stretch. Augusta Freya, good morning. Blue pen, huh? Doesn't really work with the open G string and the G sharp in it to make it augmented, you know. But let's start again. Let's start again with triads. We're starting with open G string. If you're finger picking this, open G, fret 1 on the B, and open high E string. This is going to elevate our situation because now what we're going to do is talk about adding the 9 to the C chord, or suspending the use. Well, now let's add the 9 first. Let's just add 9s. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get this picking sequence together. So we're starting with a downstroke on the open G, an upstroke on the fret 1 B, and a downstroke finally on the E, high E string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and here's that added B note or D note, which makes this the C chord with an added 2. So C with a 9 in it. So we get an idea about the melodic potential of what we are doing. Hey Raul, see you later, man. We'll see you on the interwebs. Have a super weekend, my friend. Also add the 4, right? So we have this really basic pattern here that will move up and across. So let's start with one thing at a time. And then we'll move on up to frets 5, 5, and 3 on the top 3 strings. I'll keep this on the board for a little bit, the fretboard for a little bit, in case you wanted to try it out for yourself and just join in. You can play one note at a time. You can play one note and make it much more sort of approachable and just play notes where you want. The important thing here is that we see the shape. This is extra. start with the C and then move on up to the C again. And then up to the C again. This time we're using frets 9, 8, and 8. And then you can wiggle your fingers around a little bit to breathe a little life into it. Can you hear that over the internet? I'm not bending up and down. I'm just pressing side to side, laterally, and I'm really grounding down onto the strings with each finger, and then I'm able to ground down and press hard, just enough friction to loosen the strings enough, so, and then to pull back and tighten the strings enough just so that there's an observable amount of pitch change. So that's a really great term, vibrato to know and understand, like really great one. And here's the next shape, 12, 13, and 12. And we end up here by no mistake, right? We started one octave lower at 0, 0, 1, and 0. So there's just that fret 1 here. And then we head on up to frets 5, 5, and 3. Cool sound, don't worry, we'll come back to that. And then we're moving up to 9, 8, and 8. And then 12, 13, and 12. Now, if you're with me and you want to take it to the next level, let's go ahead and do that now. We're starting back here with open G, fret 1 on the C note, or the B string, and open high E string. The next thing we can do is grab all of the notes from that scale, that C major scale, in that position. So we have open, so we have G, A, B, we could reach B there on fret 4 on the G string. Let me show you this fingering because you can't really see it the way I'm seated. So it's on fret 4, finger 1. You could use the open B string, but then we don't have that cascading roll. So 4, C, 4 on the G, 1 on the B, and then open high E string with this really beautiful sort of like, let me get back here a little bit. So let's take a look at G in the bass, and then A, B, and then C. Now the trick to this is we have to remember that when we move this up one octave, it's going to be fingers 1 because we don't have the nut or the 0 fret any longer. So we do have to work out a justification for which fingerings we end up using. And this is the research and development that doesn't really come unless we do the thing, right? So, we could work out an entire open position program, but then by the time we get here, we're like, oh, I still need to grab that finger, and I've got to grab, the B string. I could use G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and stay right here in that one position. Hope those fingers are steady, miss a note, and I will make sure your fingers are missing as well. Yeah, that's funny. That's a good one. Man, I try to stay away from, I appreciate horror films, but I just try to stay away from that stuff. Some of those things, I don't know how they make some of that stuff. I'm really interested in film, and some of that stuff is just like beyond me. Just beautiful works, but all right, so we're starting with 1, 3. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then G. All right, so if we do that, we now have A in the bass. We could use B in the bass up here, stretch for it. I'll let you listen to it. So now what we have is just the ability to add color to and extend any chord triad that we're playing with any of these scale degrees. So for example, we have access to the 5, the 6, the 7, or here, right? The 1, 2, or the 9, and then the 3, and then the 4, and then the 5. Or we have that same thing that we can do down here in position 9, 8, and 8. It's actually position 8. Hey Vernon, what's going on? So we've got that E, F, we have a G note available, we have the A and the B, and then the C, and then the C, D, E, and then we're descending back to C. Could add a suspended 4 here. And then 7. And then a 6 again. Yeah, Nirvana's negative. Yeah, it certainly is. But man, I love it. All right. Good morning, Jason. God bless you, brother. Zach Tack is back, and we're going back for the old C major triad down here on 5, 5, and 3. But my position here is not to change your mind. My position here is if your mind is already made and you would like to join me every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, you can do that anytime you would like. Stay as long as you want. Please, please, please be respectful in the live chat. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. But we also appreciate, the ability to maintain freedom of speech. But the cool thing about this forum is it's tolerant of good, positive vibes. And we're doing the building up of one another. So that's what we'll focus on. Principally, we'll focus on guitar. And I see that Kevin Haas has come up and said, have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. And until Monday, be safe. What a great man to be here doing, helping us out with time. So thank you to Anthony Tortorello. Thank you to Kevin Haas for Blue Wrenches for moderating and helping us. Thank you for Raul, thank you for Be Driven, Bernie, all of you, guitar, Justin, everybody who's here, Mark, I mean, the whole list of characters, it's just such a wonderful thing. Congratulations to Kevin Haas for winning the first ever guitar lesson giveaway on this channel. And congratulations to Jill Bourgeois for being the second ever winner of the great guitar session giveaway on this channel. And I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. In memoriam. I think that's about it for today. Thanks for hanging out. I certainly appreciate you being here with us today. And I sincerely hope for you, friend, that you have a wonderful day and that you continue to play the guitar and grow. All right. So I'm Jason with Jason Carey Guitar, and we're signing off for the week. We'll see you Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And until then, I wish you happy picking.